Oh boy, a Bionicle set that many people don't like. What the heck did this guy do wrong that people hate him so much? Well, let's discuss. And let's take a look at this set, the good and the bad. But let's also check out a sick revamp of this set that fixes all the issues and I think makes him look pretty cool. You'll go from hating this set to loving it. Here we go. Onua Mistika. Yeah, this set in particular gets a lot of hate. Why? Well, it's Onua, and yet it looks nothing like him. Putting him next to Onua Mata and Onua Nuva, well, yeah, he looks nothing like him. He's lost his iconic giant claws. The shape of the mask looks nothing alike. Onua also always had his iconic hunch, something that I think is very key and very important to the character. And plus, he has had a bit of a shorter, stockier build. I wouldn't necessarily call him like buff and bulky, but he is somewhat bigger. And that's not what's happening here. The design is thin and angular. If you looked at me and you said, yeah, these are two different people, right? I get why you would think that. Now, I think there's two main reasons why they look nothing alike. One of them being that this era of sets was based around a theme of flight. All of the characters gained new appearances that feel very aerodynamic. Their bodies take on the qualities of planes and jets. And with that in mind, yeah, the changes make sense. The new fins that have that lovely accent of red. The shapely appearance of that mask. Well, all of that checks out. The other reason that this looks so different is, well, when the LEGO set designers were given the briefs for making these characters, they were not told that they were building the Toa Nuva. So that's why they look like different characters. They only found out this was Onua quite late into the process. So look, it's unfortunate. If all that stuff hadn't happened, if they'd given it a different direction, it might have looked a lot better. In fact, actually, a lot of people say that Onua would have looked a lot better if he'd swapped bodies and colors with Pahatu. Just picture this in a black color scheme. It would probably look a lot more like Onua. The drill weapons seem incredibly appropriate for a Toa of Earth. He's got that hunch, that stockier body. It would have been a good fit. In fact, actually, early concept models of this toy, he has black armor. Look, I don't know if they were actually toying with making this Onua, or if that's just how he looked. But oh, what could have been.
We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
But look, we can sit here all we want and dream about what we wish had happened. But in reality, that's not what happened. This is what we got. Yeah, it looks nothing like Onua, but we cannot ignore all of the exceptional qualities of this toy, because there is some great stuff going on right here. For example, that exquisite pop of red. Silver and black is a okay color scheme, but with that hint of red, it looks so wonderful. The red of the jet boosters on the feet, marvelous. And these are attached in quite a simple fashion, but don't they look so good? Quite a modest and effective way of showcasing that flight aesthetic. It's good. And I just adore this shoulder-mounted shield. It lets you pose him with his blaster ready to fire, and then at the same time he's got protection right there by his side. Offense and defense all in one. Baller. And actually, the shape language of this element, it pairs quite well with the mask. It also pairs well with the fins. There's a wonderful sense of cohesion with the aesthetics, the textures, and the design language of this set. If this wasn't Onua, and I don't know, he was a Toa named, Toa Amarax, well, I think people would love this toy. The design is good. This is a great toy, but a bad Onua, right? And I haven't even spoken about the blaster. I always liked that Naira Ghost Blaster. Push down on the pump, the projectile fires out. Super fun. But this has a fancy new element to buff it up. This black kind of armor on top. It looks so cool. I kind of wish that all the blasters actually had this element. I don't know, it looks nice. Having the ability to add in that lightsaber bar up top, giving it a little bit of a scope. Heck yeah. Actually, one change that I think would make this look even cooler. Swapping out the lightsaber bar for a chainsaw. Yeah, that way you get a little bit of the older vibes of some of his original forms, and it just ties him back in a little bit more. One little change, that's all it needed. So okay, I reiterate. This is an excellent set, but not an excellent version of Onua. So I implore you, don't focus too much on the fact that this is Onua and instead focus on the really good design work of this toy. It's sleek, it's stylish, and it's dang good. But something else that's excellent about this toy, the parts selection. Let's dive in and see what we get and see how they can be used in your own mocks. Beginning with these red fins. What can we do with these? Well, Quantomox takes the dark red version, but you could do the same thing in normal red, and he uses them for some excellent decoration on the waist. Bit of cloth, bit of armor, lovely. Mr. R03 uses the red version for a really incredible collar. Yeah, it's quite fancy, quite frilled. He looks so dignified, so royal, but also very evil. I like it. Onua's new mask is up next, and check out what Ferox's Journey has done with it here, getting 2 of them and using it to buff up Onua G2's torso. It's a very creative way of restyling the original design. I like that. Next, the nice add-on armor element on this blaster. You can use this in a few ways. For example, Galvanize uses it for some thighs. It looks like really bulky armor. I think that's a good look. Forge of Ataka uses this once again for a weapon, but this time it's a flamethrower. And actually, this piece does have a few tubes built into it. It's just part of how it's molded. Something about the aesthetic of this piece works so well within this context. If you're building a flamethrower, this is a must-have. And if you're just building a big gun like this, well, this piece will buff it up and make it look oh so good. For a weapon, for a thigh, for pretty much anything, this is a must-have. The next element, this silver leg armor. Eclipse Caller uses it for, well, a leg, but it's been stylized a little differently. Look here, the way that it's linked up to the upper leg, well, there's an additional attachment point branching out of the back. So now it leaves room for that original ball joint that's right here. With this, you can put CCBS armor on top, maybe even a few other pieces, whatever you want, and you got a really pronounced knee. Isn't that cool? I think that's a great leg design and an excellent way to use this piece. The final element today, this new shield. Kotorak uses 2 of them to build a big tower shield. How elegant. But there's more ways you can use this piece, like Frenezj has done here, putting it all over the head, the back, the body, the arms. It creates this almost like armadillo-style creature. And look at it, he can kind of put them all together and turn himself into a big shield. Now that's cool character design right here. I love how that looks. The pieces in this set are excellent. But do you want to see an excellent revamp of this set? Oh, I bet you do. Here it is. It's built by Hanku Lego, and this is a masterpiece. It really leans into that original theme of flight, giving him giant jets mounted onto his shoulders. Dang, that looks cool. And so nice to see some of these Exoforce turbine pieces. The natural marbled silver and black of this element, it's kind of a perfect match for Onua Mistika. It's almost like these pieces were made for a revamp of this set. How wonderful. And I love this torso. Slapping on one of these silver Borok weapon pieces. Just one of them, that's all you need. Yeah, it's a great result. And look at how posable this is. It's nice to see that these big old turbines don't really make him too top heavy. He can stand, he can crouch, he can do whatever he needs. And I think that's always a good thing. I really appreciate how this is not shying away from how it originally looked in the set. Doubling down on the sleek and stylish appearance that the set had, I think it looks so sick. There's no need to shy away from how it looked. Yeah, maybe it could have been cool if you dipped into the original aesthetic, the claws, the chainsaws, whatever. But I don't know. Seeing people really play with this visual aesthetic, it gives me a new level of appreciation and love for this design. How cool does this look? Honestly, I think this set deserves so much more love than it gets. And that's Onua Mistika. How do you feel about this set? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you still a bit unsure? Let me know in the comments below. And be sure to take a look at the links in the description below. You can get more inspiration by taking a look at the other work of the builders I featured today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Happy building, and bye for now. I recently built that Lego Pikachu set. The box art makes it look so bad, but it's really good. I don't know what the heck Lego did with the rendering on that box. It looks so much better in person.